Polls are just polls, right? But this is, Marine Le Pen has held the lead in first-round voting for well over a year now. And Emmanuel Macron, that poll just came out saying Emmanuel Macron would beat her 27 to 25.5% in the first round of voting. It's always been clear that the polls show that Le Pen would lose in the second round, but still, this just underlines the momentum which Macron has at this stage in the race. An independent who, a year ago didn't have a party, who in December was at about 15% in the polls, is now really entrenching himself as frontrunner.
Mark, talk to me about François Fillon. So there was this whole saga over the last couple of days. We understand that his apartment in Paris was searched yesterday. He's still under investigation. Is there any talk, and I'm reading the French papers, and they're saying that there's talk of replacing him with Alain Juppé. Is this a real possibility?
Well, it's becoming a real possibility. Fillon came out on Wednesday and denied that he'd quit the race. He's saying he's maintaining his bid. But, in the day following that, about 60 deputies, senators, mayors have said they are no longer supporting Fillon. Big names like Bruno Le Maire, Thierry Solère, Gilles Boyer. Now, whether Fillon for now has said he's hanging on and that he's the candidate and no one can change that. I think we have to wait and see now. There's a big rally planned in France on a protest, actually, planned in Paris on Sunday. And we have to wait for the other shoe to drop. Alain Juppé hasn't really said anything yet, whether he'd like to come back or not yet.
Okay, give me a sense. First of all, Mark, I want to get to Marine Le Pen talking yesterday, what she attacked, the naive globalization. Have a listen.
This is the moment to put an end to the faceless and borderless economy. Just look at the world. Everywhere from Donald Trump's America to Narendra Modi's India, from Xi Jinping's China to Theresa May's Britain, the economic patriotism is winning.
Mark, does this kind of rhetoric, which seems to mirror Trump, which seems to mirror Brexit, actually play out well in France?
I think it does play out well, and for the same reasons, for the people who feel they've been left behind by globalization. The important thing is to realize how much sort of cover the election of Trump has given to Marine Le Pen and her core supporters. As I say, the complaints are very similar. The economic and geopolitical situations of France is very different from that of the U.S.
Mark, help me here with our article out on this poll and the structure of French politics. We mentioned in the article the de Gaulle history and political assassination. Are the parties as we know it still active in the minds of the French? The de Gaulle party, the Le Pen party, the Socialist party, whatever. Is that calculus still at play, or is it an all-new France?
Tom, I think it's a very good question. I mean, the fact is, people don't give up their partisan loyalty overnight. And you see that, François Fillon has not fallen below 18% of the vote in the polls. That's about a fifth of voters. Benoît Hamon, the socialist candidate, still is doing 15%. So yes, the parties are becoming a bit unhinged, but that doesn't mean they're gone. And just look at all the Republicans who might have voted for, in the U.S. I'm talking about, who might have voted for Donald Trump in November. They might have had their reservations, but in the end of the day, they were Republicans, and they couldn't stomach Hillary Clinton. And I think a similar dynamic here.